Should I niche down or not in medical writing? This is a very popular question that people always ask. Now, it doesn't have a very direct answer. It depends on a lot of factors. First of all, you should think of your skills. What is your background? Can you do research? Or do you think you are very good in storytelling? Can you easily translate scientific literature into plain language? Now, if that is where you belong, you can easily translate science into stories for the public. Then going into patient education niche may be better for you. But if you have a strong research background, if you can do clinical trials, and if you can write up protocols, then going into regulatory writing or even CME may be a better option. But whichever way you look at it, you can always learn the skills. So you can actually decide to enter into any one of them and pick up the skills along the line. But also as a beginner, this is my own point of view. There are so many points of view. There are so many schools of thought on this. But as a beginner, it's better to be a generalist at the beginning. Just try out all the niches and know the one that conforms to what you want to do, to what you naturally want to do. Then over time, you can now decide to narrow down to the niche that conforms with your type of person, with your character, with your style of life. So, and also, I will also advise that if you are starting up, the patient education niche is the least scientific of all of them. So it may be an easier one for you to enter as a beginner. Then over time, you now get to learn about the other niches that you have available. And also is the lowest hanging fruit in terms of the number of clients or number of projects that may come your way. So you can decide to start off with that, learn that, use that to enter into the field. And another advantage of patient education is that it allows you to improve your portfolio, because you can create samples you have your name on, and with those samples you build up your portfolio. But then some of the regulated niches like CME and regulatory writing, some of those samples may not be available. There may not be permission, you may not have the permission to share them to the public. And if so, you may have problem building your portfolio. But if you start with the patient education niche, it helps you to build your portfolio, build your popularity, build your visibility so that people will get to know you as a medical writer. Then when you've done that, over time, you may now decide to narrow down into the other scientific niches. Let's also not forget that apart from patient education, the regulatory writing and continuing medical education niche, that we also have others like medical journalism and even marketing. So there you can over time try out all these. Then you now decide the one that you choose based on your skills, the skills you've acquired, or the skills you even had before you entered medical writing, the one you acquired while in the medical writing niche. Then the other thing you also consider is your income aspiration. Now for the patient education niche, the clients that you have may not pay as much as what you have in the CME or regulatory writing niche. So these are the things that you also consider. But then you have the opportunity of getting more clients along the line, and that would help you to build up your income level. But if you are the kind of person that you just want to do some projects once in a while and some high profile, high ticket projects, high income projects, then going into the other niches may be better for you. I'm saying this as a beginner. You may not get clients as much as you should when you are in CME or regulatory writing when compared to the patient education niche. But if you're already advanced in the field, then that may not also be the case. You may still get as much client as you can get even in the patient education niche. Now, another thing you should also consider is your your interest. Your passion should drive whatever you do. Do you really have interest in communicating to the public? If that's not your area of interest, your interest is more in research, then you should move over to the research-based niches. So in all, whichever one you choose depends on you. But my advice is start as a generalist, try out all the niches. Then along the line, you will naturally find the one that suits your aspiration. Then you go over and you can now decide to narrow down and continue your career in that very niche. So if you've gained something from this video and you are yet to subscribe to this channel, hit the subscribe button, like, share, and come back for more.
Please subscribe.